Island of Lemurs, Madagascar 3D. As this breathtaking IMAX motion picture opens nationwide, Pet Pals TV gives you an up-close look at these amazing creatures. Lemurs are now highly endangered. Learn how you can help. Plus, Patty's exclusive interview with the voice, Morgan Freeman. A special edition of Pet Pals TV starts now. And here we are, ready to roll, this time around from Indianapolis, Indiana, and the world-class Indianapolis Zoo. Before we talk lemurs, what is the deal with this aerodynamic...
A little wind in her hair, a little wind in her...
frosted tips.
Hey, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with dyeing your locks.
Look at Mabel. You look very sleek, Mabel. It's a good look.
Yes, and we can't take her inside. Remember, you can't bring your pet inside. These are the wild animals, the wild things in there.
And we're going to meet one of those wild animals, an animal that is threatened where it normally lives. One of the places you'll find lemurs are in zoos like this here in Indianapolis.
And the only place they exist in the wild is Madagascar. So I went to LA, got up close and personal with with some of the folks there. And first off, we're going to meet a wildlife expert in LA. And guess what I've got on my shoulder?
Is it Mabel?
No. Take a look. And here we are, Pet Pals TV in LA with, this is Taj. Taj is a lemur. This is Jeff Lee. Jeff Lee is a wildlife educator. And you're going to tell me that Taj likes people. He was raised in captivity, born and raised.
He was born and raised in captivity.
He could not go out in the wild.
He could not, and you most certainly couldn't take a lemur from the U.S. over to Madagascar.
Because that's the only place that they live.
That is the only place they exist.
Okay, he's making noises. I don't know if you can hear this or not. What do those noises mean?
That particular noise is positive, and
good.
he is, the reason why he's looking that way is because he sees another lemur and he's saying hello to him.
So I can't compete with a lemur then?
Well, no, some of that's for you too.
Now, Hughes told me earlier, he seems to like men, but he's doing okay with me.
He's doing really good with you. I think it's the shoulder pads. It's a nice thing to sit on, so.
Now, and this is a wild animal, even though he was born and raised in captivity. And you said we should all be aware of this. I said, can I pet him or touch him? He said, probably not, right? Just let him make the moves.
Yeah, it's always best with a wild animal in particular when I'm first meeting them is I don't force myself on them. No. You always let them come to you.
Let them come to you. Be nice and calm. Boys and girls, moms and dads, be nice and calm. He's very warm. They like but they like warm weather, correct?
Yes, definitely. They're it's kind of a tropical temperatures that they're used to, so we do the same for him.
Okay, I know that in most zoos around the country where you're watching this, they have, I love the eyes. Oh, geez. Most zoos around the country, they have lemur exhibits, but sometimes in the winter months, they're pretty quiet. So it might be a good time to go in the summer if you want to see them really active. Okay, tell me, what is his purpose in life? What can we learn from the lemurs?
Well, I mean, you have to consider that they're a primate. They're considered a primitive primate. If you look at his hands, you'll notice he has a opposable thumb. He's got fingerprints just like you, and they're very intelligent animals, and they're also social, and they're cooperative, so we have a lot in common with lemurs.
Okay, it's a fabulous movie. Oh, he's grunting again. That's a good grunt. And so we say thank you very much, Jeff. Continue your education, and can I take him home?
Nope.
Okay, we'll be back with more on Pet Pals TV. Okay? Okay.
Patty talks to Morgan
on Pet Pals TV.
Well, the subject is lemurs on this edition of Pet Pals TV, and we're here with Heather Pulford, who is a lemur handler at the Indianapolis Zoo in Indianapolis, Indiana. Although I've looked around, they're kind of tricky to handle, it looks like.
Well, the correct term is keeper, so I keep them, take care of them, help them.
You keep them, and maybe handling is probably too...
I don't handle them. They don't like to be handled.
And that's a good point. I mean, this is not... People are going to come to their favorite zoo, maybe inspired by this movie. They'll see the lemurs, and they are pretty cute, and they'll think, that would be fun to have in the backyard.
Yeah, very cute. Don't make good pets. I would not recommend having one as a pet. They prefer the warm weather. They like the sun and to lay out in it.
What? They like to lay out?
Yeah, they actually, it's called sun worshiping. So they will come out and they will kind of like sit up on their bottoms. And some of them actually hold their hands out and they just soak up the sun, and it's called sun worshiping.
Hang on, I'm doing that right now.
How's it feel?
I can see why.
Yeah, it's great. They love it.
We're going to go to Los Angeles, where Patty Spittler is probably worshiping the sun somewhere too, and chatting with an expert on lemurs.
Dr. Patricia Wright with us right now. First off, I'm envious of what you do. I appreciate what you do, and now people get to see what you do.
I know, it's wonderful, isn't it?
It really is. You must be so proud, so happy, so hopeful that this movie helps. Is that right?
I think this movie is going to help. I really do. You know, these lemurs are in danger of extinction, and the only way they're going to be saved is for everybody to get on board and really help out this situation. And before this movie, nobody really knew what a lemur was.
No.
They never knew that there were, you know, there's 103 different species. They're all
I thought
just
ringtail was the
incredible.
only one.
Yeah, that's what most people think.
How did you decide that lemurs were your life?
They decided for me. I think they were the ones. Well, we think that this is important, that, you know, we make a protected area out of this place where there's this new species, but you know, we're in Madagascar, we don't have enough money to make a national park.
Right.
You know, you have to map it, you have to do all these things. You find the money, Patricia, and we'll help to make a national park. So it was that moment when I realized that if I didn't do anything, they were going to be gone.
Yeah.
And
how
so,
wonderful, how, it's fate, isn't it? I mean, all your life has led you to this, is that fair to say?
I think that's fair.
So I mean, it's almost like without you, I've never seen anything, and I know a lot about animals. I study them, I try to learn. I never knew they only existed on Madagascar.
Oh.
I had no idea they'd been around for 60 million years.
60 million years at least.
It's just, and beside that, I don't want you to think that you have to take notes. It's a fun documentary.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
And I've seen it twice. I cried when you picked up the little one that's been sedated because you were going to tag it.
Yeah.
And he reaches out to you. And
Wasn't that sweet? I know. And even makes
we're both
me
gonna cry.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it really shows, it shows their personality, it shows their, it's just, they're wonderful animals.
They're sweet, wonderful. They're indebted to you. Are you going to be going back to Madagascar?
Oh, yes. You know, I'm a professor, so I have to teach a few classes first.
Okay. What would you tell people who are watching for Pet Pals TV all across the country? What would your message be to them?
I think they should help.
How do they help? How do we
help? And they can help by raising awareness about the lemurs, by contributing to conservation organizations.
Okay.
And by
going to the movie.
Going to the movie and going to Madagascar.
The Lemurs of Madagascar.
There's more coming up here at the zoo
on Pet Pals TV.
And we're talking about Morgan because he's the voice, the human voice, in this story about the lemurs that we've been talking about.
Oh, what a great guy, too. We go way back a few years. So went out to L.A., got to catch up again with my friend, Morgan Freeman.
In the age of the dinosaurs, a family of tiny castaways was swept out to sea. They landed on a mysterious island and evolved into some of the most extraordinary animals you will ever meet.
Good to see you again.
And you, my darling. Look at you. You look
Thank
marvelous.
I do? Did we get that? I didn't hear that. I have a hearing disability.
You look marvelous.
Thank you. We'll go from there. So do you. So do you. Lemurs, your voice, fabulous. When did you know that you had that ability, that good voice that would translate on screen?
After the Shim-Shunk reduction.
Okay.
After that, people started asking me to do
more?
Yeah.
I've heard a rumor that you're booked for the next 5 years to do voiceover work. Is that true?
Could be, but...
Could be?
Right.
You take it as
according to my agent, yes, I could be booked every day for the next 5 years.
That's great. Well, I know your agent, too. Do you also know that because I use closed captioning because of my hearing disability, that when your name comes up on the Visa commercial,
Yeah.
your name
My
comes up.
voice?
It doesn't just say male voice. It says Morgan Freeman.
Oh,
So you've made it.
I really have. I saw something else. Was it this? And it says, narrated by Morgan Freeman. Like,
isn't that wonderful? You know
like,
what? I don't
great.
think we can see a documentary anymore unless you narrate it. So you're booked for life.
Well,
you're booked for life.
knock wood, it's great.
There you go. Good deal. Wonderful movie to be associated with.
It really is. I'm hoping that it has legs, because that means that people are going to go and see it and maybe, hopefully, walk away with.
There's a lot we can learn. Not only was it entertaining, you learn things. I didn't know they were only on Madagascar, lemurs. I didn't realize how old the animal was, 60 million years.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's cute, too.
Yeah, it is. You remind me. They're one of the oldest creatures on the planet. Thank you.
It's pretty amazing.
That's pretty amazing.
Do you keep learning things?
You know, when you stop learning, Pat, it's over.
I know.
That's what they tell me.
I know.
So yes, I do. I keep learning things. I think with each outing, particularly doing this kind of work, you do use a large, long learning curve.
Okay. Okay. And you're still acting too. You're not just doing narrative. You're everywhere. What's some movies coming out, and then we'll let you.
Transcendence is coming with Johnny Depp.
Okay.
Lucy is coming with Scarlett Johansson.
Okay.
We just finished Ruth and Alex with Diane Keaton.
Oh, love her, love her.
Oh, she's awesome. I love her so much.
Your resume is longer than anyone else's. And your voice is better than anyone else's. Thank you. We're going to have to go. We'll see you next time. We'll pick it up for Dolphin Tale, okay?
Great.
All right.
I'll be there.
Thank you.
Wonderful to see you.
We had a wonderful time. Make sure to check your local listings to find out when the movie's opening near you. And with that, we'll see you again.
Soon. Hope you'll join us right here on Pet Pals TV.
Right?
Okay.
Thank you, Morgan Freeman.
Thank you.
If someone asks where the lipstick is, say it came from Patty.
I will.
Thank you.
And strange creatures you will never forget as they leap, sing, and dance their way into your heart. Island of Lemurs, Madagascar.